Today I'm going to show you the 10 best brawlers that you should max out in this Brawl Stars season. Now we've got 99 brawlers in the game right now, but only a few of these brawlers are worth maxing out right now. Yeah, Chuck, we're not maxing you out this season. But yeah, if you're a player who's struggling to find the best brawlers to max out for trophy pushing and ranked, this video will be extremely helpful for you. By the way, you don't want to miss the final 3 brawlers on this list because they are extremely broken. And yeah, make sure to like and subscribe because I'm on my way to 200,000 subscribers, okay? Alright, coming in at number 10 is the newest brawler in the game, Glowbert Gaming. If you're looking for a hybrid brawler that does a crazy amount of damage and healing at the same time, definitely look into maxing out Glowbert Gaming. If you're playing 3v3 game modes like Brawl Ball, you can heal your teammates who are pushing in, and at the same time, you can deal damage to enemies that your teammates are targeting. You're basically able to help your teammates eliminate enemies faster, and at the same time, you're also able to heal your teammates as well, which is great. If you plan on maxing out Glowbert, be sure to use this build for him. The star power allows him to heal himself every time he's attached to an enemy that's dealing damage, and this gadget right here pretty much allows him to double his damage and healing for 2.5 seconds. I found this gadget to be incredibly helpful for saving teammates who are about to get eliminated, or even eliminating enemies who were taking a fat minute to get eliminated. Glowbert also has a good amount of range, so you can play a bit far away and prevent yourself from getting eliminated from enemies. If you're looking for a hybrid support / damage dealer, be sure to max out Glowbert, okay? I'm giving the number 9 spot to Crow, and he is currently one of the best assassin brawlers in the game right now. I think Crow has been in the meta for the past few months, so he's a great brawler to max out, especially if you plan on using him in the long run. Now, one reason why Crow is extremely broken right now is because of the slowing toxin gadget. This gadget pretty much allows Crow to slow enemies down that you poison for 2 seconds. So if an enemy is running away from you and your teammates and they're poisoned, simply activate this gadget and you or your teammates can easily eliminate the enemy. Crow is also a very strong assassin brawler overall. He's got like 6,000 health at the max level, and his attacks are extremely easy to hit because of how far his daggers spread and because of his long range as well. Crow also has a fast movement speed and fast reload speed, so he can easily dodge enemy attacks and also spam attacks. Usually when I'm against a Crow, it's extremely annoying to counter him and eliminate him, which means that he's a great brawler to max out and use. At number 8, we have Lily Gaming, and this brawler is still breaking the game. It's been so many months and Lily is still an A tier to S tier brawler. Let me explain why. First of all, let's talk about Lily's Vanish gadget. This thing is one of the biggest reasons why Lily is broken right now. All you do is activate this gadget, become invisible, run to a bush, and wait for an enemy and whack them out of existence. Lily also has a crazy damage output and extremely fast reload speed, and when you have the star power equipped and use her super, her next attack will deal 1060 more damage. So she does some crazy damage, bro. 2120 damage per attack is insane, bro. On top of all this, Lily's hypercharge is another key reason why you should max her out. Her hypercharge allows you to bounce her super off walls, so you can pretty much trick shot her super if you think about it. And if you hit the enemy with the super, you and the enemy actually teleport to the Shadow Realm. And like I mentioned before, if you have the star power equipped, her hypercharge super combo is basically a free elimination. If you're looking for an easy max tier brawler or a versatile brawler for rank, Lily is definitely a crazy assassin brawler that you should max out in this season. Coming in at number 7 is the legend himself, Poco. Now you're probably wondering, how in the El Primus did Poco make it on this list? Well, in the recent balance changes, Poco actually got a buff. His supercharge rate went from 5 hits to 4 hits, meaning you can now charge his super in 4 hits and literally spam heal your teammates. I do have to admit though, Poco does struggle with dealing damage sometimes. He only does 1520 damage per attack and has an average reload speed, but if you equip the Screeching Solo star power, he can do 1520 damage if his super also hits enemies. Aside from his damage output, Poco does a fantastic job as a support brawler, and his healing output is actually insane. Like if teammates are around Poco and you activate this gadget, you can literally heal 800 health per second for 5 seconds. On top of that, his super heals for 4200 health and has a pretty long range, so you can easily save teammates who are extremely low in health. If you decide to max out Poco, definitely consider getting his hypercharge as well, because it basically allows him to heal teammates even more with his super. So much more that he gives his teammates a literal shield, bro. Alright, brawler number 6 that you need to max out is Colt Gaming. If you live under a rock, Colt was one of few brawlers who managed to get some good old buffies, and with the incorporation of his buffies, he has become an easy S tier brawler. Colt's buffies have increased his damage output by a lot, bro. Like the Magnum special star power, for example, deals extra damage if you hit enemies that are far away. His speed loader gadget shoots 2 quick shots that slows enemies down, and each shot steals 0.5 ammo as well. So if both shots hit, you're stealing a total of 1 ammo slot, which you can then shoot back towards your enemies and and deal more damage. And with the Buffy, his hypercharge becomes so much wider and also shoots bullets faster, so you can easily hit enemies and deal more damage. Colt's Buffies are honestly the only reason why you should max him out, because it allows him to do so much more damage, which is perfect in pretty much any 3v3 game mode. Also, stay tuned for the final 3 brawlers on this list. These brawlers are extremely broken right now, and you need to max him out this season. Frank is taking the number 5 spot on this list, and you guessed it, it's because of his Buffies and reworks. Now in the recent Buffies update, both of Frank's gadgets got reworked. Because gadgets became aimable, Frank's irresistible action gadget became aimable, and you're able to get a further reaching pull. This is great because if you manage to hit an enemy with this gadget accurately, it's pretty much a free elimination, especially if your teammates are around you and dealing a crazy amount of damage. On top of his reworks, his Buffies are a key reason why you should max him out right now. With the Buffies, his irresistible action gadget also slows enemies down for 2 seconds, so if you hit an enemy with this gadget, it's almost a guaranteed elimination. His star power also allows him to heal 1,400 health and take 15% less damage when above 50% health, and the hypercharge Buffy,
oh my goodness.
So with this Buffy, his hypercharge allows his attack to go full El Primus mode, and he has max attack speed. I mean, just look at this, bro. How is this fair? Frank is arguably one of the best tanks in the game right now that you should consider maxing out. Like with the shield gear and this star power, bro literally has 16,300 health. Alright, number 4 is going to Spike, and this is a brawler that you need to max out this season because of the insane damage output he does. Spike also had his Buffies released as well, and it has really made his mechanics very broken, especially the curveball. With Spike's Buffies, his curveball now has some insane range, so you can easily hit enemies even if you miss your shots. And don't even get me started with both of his gadgets. I can literally root an enemy for 1 second with this gadget, and his second gadget literally explodes and does damage now. And of course, his hypercharge Buffy allows his attack to multiply his needles by 2. How was that fair, bro? If you're looking for a versatile brawler who's extremely strong in pretty much any 3v3 game mode, you gotta max out Spike right now, okay? But yeah, we're on to the final 3 brawlers on this list that you need to max out, and I'm giving the number 3 spot to Pierce Gaming. He's so fierce, bro. Now, Pierce has been broken since his release, and he does way too much damage as a marksman brawler. And besides his damage output, his mechanics are extremely unique, fun, and broken, which is why you should consider maxing him out. Like when you hit an enemy with Pierce, you will drop a shell, and when you pick up that shell, it'll auto aim onto the nearest enemy and also give you an extra ammo. So his ammo mechanics are pretty cool, and if you manage to hit most of your shots, you don't have to worry about Pierce's ammo, okay? His super is also crazy because if you get enemies in his circle thing, the super is basically guaranteed to hit enemies who are in the fish circle. And each shot does 3,200 damage, by the way, which is actually insane. On top of all this, we should be expecting Pierce's hypercharge to drop in the next update, so it's definitely worth maxing him out right now because you never know. Maybe his hypercharge will turn out to be extremely broken, and you can easily leverage that in the future. But even without a hypercharge, Pierce is probably the best marksman brawler out there that you should max out, and he's an extremely versatile brawler that you can use in almost any 3v3 game mode. Alright, there's no surprise that Rico is a number 2 brawler on this list that you should max out. Now, if you live under a rock, Rico actually got a huge buff in the recent balance changes. His rate of fire actually increased, meaning the shots he shoots faster, I guess that's how you can put it. This is massive for us Brawl Stars players, because it will be so much difficult for enemies to dodge your shots if you're playing Rico. Rico already does a crazy amount of damage, with each bullet doing 640 damage at power 11. And if you have the star power equipped, each bullet that bounces does 896 damage now. But let's say that all 5 of your bullets normally hit your enemy without bouncing. That is 3,200 damage from 1 ammo slot if all 5 of your bullets hit. So Rico already has a crazy damage output, and with this buff, it's pretty much easier to hit his shots and harder for enemies to dodge it. His super does a crazy amount of damage as well, and if you pair everything with his good old hypercharge, it's just insanity at this point, bro. I do have to admit, it is difficult to leverage Rico's bouncing mechanics and sort of trick shot enemies, but if you're playing in maps with a bunch of walls, you'll probably be able to bounce his shots onto walls and do a crazy amount of damage. Definitely max out Rico and take advantage of him this season because this is a W buff, and you can get some easy wins in ranked or ladder. But yeah, we're on to the final brawler that you need to max out. This is a brawler that got several nerfs, but she is still an S tier brawler somehow, and that is Ems Gaming. Now, Ems was also one of the lucky brawlers to get buffies, and she was probably the most broken brawler with buffies when it was released, but Supercell realized this and nerfed every aspect of this brawler. But guess what? She is still way too broken, bro. It's not even funny. Now, with Ems's buffies, her acid spray gadget slows enemies down if they get hit by it, and it can also go through walls and deal 1,120 damage, which is actually crazy. Her star power is even crazier. When Ems activates her super, she cannot take any damage from anyone for 0.5 seconds, so if you're about to get eliminated or if you're low in health, activate your super and you will not take any damage for 0.5 seconds. And then her hypercharge will now poison enemies when you use her super. You need to max out this brawler right now, bro. Because of Ems's buffies, her mechanics have changed significantly, so she is pretty much good in any 3v3 game mode that you play in, which makes this brawler perfect for ranked and trophy pushing. Don't be surprised if players are banning Ems in rank. Her buffies are the main reason, bro. Even after all these nerfs, bro. Definitely max out Ems if you need a quick brawler to get to the max tier, or you need a versatile brawler for rank. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, click on this video to see how you can get love boxes fast in Brawl Stars.